Hey guys, seeing Gorix back from disappearing off the face of YouTube. I am here with a guest.
Drakwind of Drywater, formerly known as Toa Drywater, formerly known as Drywater, now known as Drak. Hello.
And we're starting this podcast talking about cartoon shows.
That we love.
Yep. And
hate.
And hate. So yeah, this is
Loudmouth. Oh, fuck, Loudhouse. Shit.
Loud House, yeah. We're talking about Loud House to start off because this is a show that I recently got into.
And me watch it.
I didn't make you watch it. You kind of chose to watch it, and then
Hey, we had a deal. You broke the deal. You haven't even filled your in yet.
I'll get to it when I get to it.
No, you won't.
You don't know that. But anyways, yeah, Loud House. I got into this show, and I really liked it. I don't know, it just seemed pretty interesting to me.
Very Foster's Home for Imaginary Friend-esque kind of show.
Yeah, it does seem to have that nostalgic feel to it. Like, it seems like a show that would be around, that I would have watched as a kid. It doesn't feel like one of those stupid
Sonya
modern...
and Craig,
yeah,
Breadwinners.
It doesn't feel like one of those stupid modern cartoons that that tries to appeal to this generation. It really does feel nostalgic. I mean, I guess the closest thing to a reference to this generation is the character Lucy, who's emo, and you don't really see those characters in shows from the early 2000s, but whatever. Doesn't bother me.
Also Lenny, I would say, is very much this generation. But again,
Yeah.
she has just the blonde. She's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
We'll get to her later.
Yeah, but actually, I don't know. I think that's. I think we can move into character now because I think. No, we haven't talked about the premise.
Oh yeah, shit. See, 11 kids, all live in a house, 10 girls, 1 boy. And they all annoy the shit out of the boy, usually. And it's the trials and tribulations that go on within a house as they learn to love each other or remember that they love each other.
Nice way of wording it.
I tried.
You did it much better than I would have.
That's why I took over. I had an idea of what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Edit this part out.
Okay.
Don't edit it out.
But yeah, that's basically the premise of it, and I think it's a pretty interesting and I guess original premise.
Once again, it's kind of like Barry Foster's Home-esque, because you have all these characters living in the same house, having to get along with each other, and going on little wacky, zany adventures within the house and around the town.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting, the idea of pretty much, you don't really see what goes on in the school. It's more of like a, kind of a home kind of thing. Like, it's basically more so centered about, it's more so, exploring...
How the children interact
yeah,
with each
and
other.
it's basically sibling interaction more so than just, I guess, in a sense, it does show us, Lincoln's life, but it's just kind of chaotic.
Which is his life, I guess. Chaotic. Living with 10 sisters. Most of which are bitches.
Yeah. I don't
One
like
is
a lot
cunt.
of them.
Well, 2 of them are cunts.
2 of them are fucking,
Awful.
yeah.
You got Queen Cunt and Princess Cunt.
But yeah, so that's the basic premise of the show. Shall we get into the characters?
Let's start with Lily, because she does nothing, because she is a baby. The end.
Yeah, that's literally the entire character. I mean...
I guess they do take care of her a lot, and she's always center of attention a lot of times when the characters are interacting with each other. She'll be walking by, and one of them will pick her up, or in the case of Lincoln, he'll have to put a diaper back on her all the time, because she never likes wearing it.
Yeah, it's just like one of those baby characters. Nothing really new or unique about the character.
Pretty standard.
I mean, it kind of has to be that way because that's just how babies are.
There's an entire episode about how she isn't an actual person yet, and they're trying to get her to like their things that they're into.
Yeah.
So I guess on to Lisa, which is the Dexter, as you put her.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Not the serial killer.
No, yeah, but that's pretty much how I describe her, just as a female version of Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. If
She
you
doesn't
know
really make
Dexter,
machines, though.
then that's pretty much Lisa's character.
No, here's the thing, though. She doesn't make machines. She does chemistry.
Well, that is true, but she's a bit of a smartass.
Enjoyably so.
Yeah, enjoyable character, I'd say. It's kind of funny how she pays the bills.
Technically,
Yeah.
she usually fixes shit or causes the problems to happen in a lot of the episodes.
Kind of weird.
And-
She seems like the smartest, and even in a sense the most mature out of all of them. Yet she's like the youngest who can communicate.
One thing I don't like about her is her use of Latin names for everything. That can get annoying, but it is a character
Yeah.
trait. But they kind of overdo it sometimes.
Yeah, it's like I've noticed in shows like whenever they want to portray a character as super smart, they know Latin.
And Latin's a dead language, so therefore she is wrong.
Yeah.
Gorilla, gorilla, gorilla.
So I think that's it for Lisa. Moving on to the twins, Lola and Lana.
Which are the opposites of each other. Tomboy and Princess Cuntbag.
Yeah. I hate Lola so much.
Lana's fine, but
Lana's
she's
fine,
disgusting.
but I don't know how people are gonna feel about this, but I sometimes forget that Lana's even a girl. I sometimes forget that Lana's even a girl, just because she's so tomboyish that like it almost seems like a boy, you know?
Because she's a stark contrast to Lola, who is very girly girl.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
works-
that's
it's a nice
what I
comparison.
first thought when
Contrast.
I saw the show at first. Like I thought it was just another dude, and then when they said 10 sisters, I'm like, wait, what?
What?
Oh well, but yeah, they're basically opposites. But
Lana doesn't have a lot going for her, aside from the fact that she is, once again, disgusting as hell. But Lola constantly has her little character gimmicks popping up about her being adorable, cute, beauty pageant girl.
spoiled
And-
little cunt.
It gets really annoying. Because she's playing her part. She's meant to be the annoying character.
Yeah,
Well, one of the annoying characters.
but I love how you called her Princess Cunt because she literally acts like a princess.
That's what they call her in the show sometimes, Princess.
Yeah,
Two
but Princess
times.
Cunt, it really does work.
Well, she can't be Queen Cunt.
Well, Queen
Someone
Cunt
else
is
has that
Lori.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get to her later. On to Lucy, who is the daughter of the devil. I mean,
Yeah.
emo.
Yeah, emo girl. Not much going for her besides the fact that she's emo.
She likes ponies, too, apparently.
Yeah,
Go figure. The dark, brooding character likes the ponies. Where have I seen that before? Everywhere.
I mean, there was an episode where, where the toilet was clogged, and then, like, they had to, like, they found, like, some kind of princess comic in...
Specifically, Lana found it,
Yeah,
because Dad's a shitbag.
yeah. And, they didn't know it was Lucy's, and I don't know, I was kind of expecting there to be, like, Lucy to show, like, a soft side, like, I don't know, I guess more so the fact that she was hiding, like, using just the fact that she's emo just to cover up that whole thing.
But
Like,
no,
she's
she's
a
full
different
on.
person. Nah, yeah, and she writes poetry a lot.
It's usually funny when she writes it, though. It's very comedically timed. Also, her gag where she pops up out of nowhere. It scares people. I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. And about the poetry, what was I gonna say?
Sorry, my bad.
No, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say about the poetry because that seems to be a lot of that seems to be a big stereotype when it comes to emo characters on TV. Like they write poetry a lot, even though like I don't like from the emo people I've seen and met in person, they don't write poetry that much.
I'll have you know my sister never once wrote poetry. She hated that shit.
I don't know. That
Instead,
just
she
seems
cut
to be
herself.
an emo stereotype in TV. You know.
Here's the thing, though. This show is covering a lot of technically progressive things, so hopefully it doesn't cover a thing where she cuts herself. I don't want to see that at all.
Yeah.
or any of that bullshit that goes on.
Although it's kind of weird, I wouldn't expect a character as young as 8 years old to be emo, because normally people go emo because, like, when they become teenagers and they don't know how to deal with how they're feeling and how their emotions fuck with them constantly. That's why people go emo. But seeing Lucy go emo at age 8 is a bit unusual to me.
It's probably just a phase. At least she'll get out of it early this time around.
That is true.
Yeah, that she'll perpetuate it for the rest of her life. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So we decided to save Lincoln for the end because he's the main character. So I guess on to sporty girl Lynn.
There's not much I have to say about Lynn other than the fact that, no, she's just sporty.
There. She exists.
I don't find that type of character too interesting because I don't give a fuck about sports at all. I really don't.
So I took notes for the show. I have one note for Lynn, and it says sporty. There's nothing else to her, apparently, according to my notes.
Just sporty?
Yeah, that's all my notes say, that she's sporty. Apparently she has
14. I thought you said 40.
No, sporty.
Oh, sport. I thought you were saying. I don't know. Your accent kind of fucked me up.
Because I'm Southern. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
So I guess on to best girl then, Luann.
Yeah. Oh my God. This was one of my favorite characters when I watched the pilot episode, just because she was making so many puns.
She's easily the funnest character in the show.
Yeah. And I'd say, like, I guess one of the ones I can relate to, because she makes so many puns that, like, you laugh on the inside, but, like, what you want to say is that I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face for making so many puns, you know?
All the characters act the exact same way to her also.
Because I was making puns in a Skype call the other night, and people were reacting so pissed off, like, Ian, I'm gonna fucking block you, no one likes you.
They love it.
They love it, but, like,
Everyone
on the outside, yeah, but like when you do it too much, they're like, "Oh my God, fucking stop it!"
They just don't realize that that's when it gets good.
Yeah, that's the most hilarious part, though, not the pun itself, but the way people react.
Perpetuating it, and Luann does a good job of doing that. And in the pool episode, where we'll get to that episode stuff later, but she gets hit in the head by Lynn for making a pun after everyone stares her down. And that was very funny to me.
Yeah. But I think a lot of her best puns were in the pilot episode. I think it was a good way to introduce her character by making her make a fuckload of puns.
Some of her jokes don't work out, though. But for the most part, she's fun. One thing that I don't really like about her is that she's constantly recording shit, apparently, but we never see it.
Yeah.
It's only talked about.
It's a bit of a continuity error, but whatever. I can
Maybe
live
we'll
with
see it more in the future.
Yeah, I can live with it.
And on to your best girl.
Yes, Luna. Just because she is a rock star, or I guess wannabe rock star.
With a British accent sometimes.
Yeah.
Or that one time she had a Swedish accent, I think is what it was.
But yeah, it's just that one episode where she took Lincoln and Clyde to a concert. That's kind of the episode that made me like her so much. That's
I couldn't really get into it. Maybe it's because I'm not a music guy.
Yeah,
okay.
But just as a guitar player myself, and how I feel about music and the way she feels about music, it's just, I guess Luna and Luann are the two characters that I can relate to. Also Lincoln, but I'll get into that later.
I'm not a big fan of Lincoln. So I guess, do you need any more thoughts on Lana?
You mean Luna?
Oh, fucking damn it.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, besides her being my favorite, I don't really have much to say.
How old is she again? Seems kind of early for her to be punk rock stage. She's 15. She's fine then. Makes sense. Let me see my notes here.
I think she's like 15 or 16.
She is 15.
Okay, 15. On to Lenny.
Lenny is dumb as shit. And she is fun as shit.
Yeah, it's like she's retarded, but she's kind of the adorably retarded in a way.
Yeah. she has a lot of things going for her in that respect, thanks to the jokes that you can make with a dumb character.
Yeah.
Like, she can't really drive unless she equates it to her own language, technically, which is all synonyms and whatnot.
Yeah.
Words.
And I don't know, I guess, I kind of thought at first that she was kind of like the fashion geek, but I'm not so sure about that. It's
I think that's actually Lori now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me. I don't know.
I'm disappointed that she doesn't have leggings. Makes no sense. Thought that was a fashion thing this day and age.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Lenny's just basically the dumb character.
She's very fun though.
Yeah. As I said, kind of like the adorably dumb, but not like I want to fucking kill you dumb. Yeah.
A lot of kids might end up liking her because of her actions.
Yeah.
And on to the big queen cunt herself, Lori. I hate this character.
Yeah, it's pretty much the epitome of everything that I hate in a character. Just
Upscaled.
Yeah, just ugh.
She is on her phone all the time talking to her boyfriend Bobby. Bobby's okay because he's stupid, but Lori, she is just a bitch, a fucking bitch the entire time. Sometimes she's nice, but usually she's just a bitch. Everything she does is just to be a dick.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, there was an episode where she basically was in charge of everybody, and they weren't allowed to do anything they wanted, which is understandable because whenever they did end up doing what they wanted, it fucked the whole house up, and they made a mess of everything.
But that's because they were allowed to go too far.
Yeah, but they couldn't pretty much do any of this in their rooms, which I didn't really get. I mean, is Luna not allowed to play guitar in her room? Is Lana not... Actually, was Lana like playing with mud in that episode, or...
Yeah, she wanted to play with mud.
And who else wanted...
Luann wanted to make pies, I think.
And Lincoln wanted to play video games.
Why not let him play video games?
That doesn't make a mess of anything. I mean, there's no reason for him not to. And,
Fun fact, the picture in the, video is, of, this episode that we're talking about.
Yeah.
You see the writing crop on, Lori.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that's it for Lori.
Move on to Clyde, the absolute worst character, who is no fun at all.
Yeah, that...
Who is just there to be, Lincoln's friend and does nothing, aside from, exploit him. Not exploit him, what the fuck did I just say that for? To... His entire fucking... Exploit him in the sense that he gets to hang around Lori. Which he's in love with, which is a dumb joke, and kind of really annoying.
Yeah. Because...
He's just a one-note character. Not really any of the characters aside from, fucking, what's her name? Lynn. God dang it. She's the only other character is really one note. A lot of the other characters have other things going for them. But it's Clyde and Lynn don't really do anything outside of their main joke or character gimmick.
Yeah.
It makes them very boring and unfun. But we did find out in the newest episode, apparently, his parents are interracial gay couple, I think it was. Which, go ahead, I don't really care. Good for you.
Oh well.
Progressive.
Yay.
And then the parents, you never see their faces, just like old cartoon shows, you never used to see. That's probably a lot of the things that comes from it, for the nostalgic feeling, is you don't see the parents, really. You hear them, and you see them, but you don't see their faces.
Yeah, kind of like, what's her face from Powerpuff Girls? Miss Bellum?
I was going to go with, yeah, Miss Bellum, that's her name.
And I'm not talking about She-Ru, because she wasn't in it.
Fuck that show. So many animation errors in that.
Just the animation itself, but we're getting off topic.
They seem to be very well off in this family. They have a nice big house, all the kids are able to do things that they want to do and get into different hobbies. So they're not scraping by for cash, which is fun.
Each character is pretty unique, and I'm pretty sure it can be relatable for anyone. Which I think
not what I was talking about. I was talking about the money situation in the house not being a problem. Good.
But as I was saying, just because there's such a diverse array of characters and ages of each character, I think it makes the show relatable for anyone.
Having a diverse cast really does that.
Yeah, and it's good that none of the characters are that one-dimensional, but the series just started. There's going to be character development, and some of the characters have already been developed, and that's good.
Yeah, the way their cat is drawn, what the fuck's the cat's name?
I've not bothered to remember the pets' names.
I haven't either, I just looked it up. It's Cliff. He's drawn in a very old style. That's probably another thing that makes it seem very reminiscent of older shows.
I think the other pets kind of have that kind of look too.
No, the dog and the bird and the hamster all look relatively modern, but just the shading on the cat looks old.
I see what you mean. Actually, we forgot to talk about Lincoln.
Oh yeah, fucking... Hey, Lincoln!
The main character who we skipped over and said we'd get back to.
Yeah. So Lincoln, he's all over the place for me. He's good, sometimes bad. Has a lot of character flaws going for him and against him. I don't really like that he breaks the fourth wall. That comes out of nowhere a lot of the time, and doesn't feel right the way he jumps in.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get what they're trying to go for with the fourth wall, so Lincoln is interacting with the audience, but I don't know, it's just, I don't really get fourth wall breaking to begin with, unless, like, you're doing it for a joke, but he does it pretty much every episode.
He doesn't do it every episode. That's another big problem I have. He does it every couple episodes when a different crew is working, different head writer is covering the show, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the... fuck it, never mind. Can't remember her name. I think it was a girl who did those ones. I did research. But, he's... he's not really one-dimensional, but he's the
most developed character just because he's the central character. He's the one that that you're expected to... I don't know if this is worded correctly, but the one you're expected to relate to simply because all the episodes focus on him and his selfish doings and how you shouldn't do those things.
He's like Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. He's the character who can do everything, so you can have him do everything and be everything at the same time.
Yeah.
He's not usually the same character in each episode.
Yeah.
A lot of the time he jumps around.
But there's another thing I was gonna mention. I guess this is if we're done talking about the actual characters themselves, I think I kind of want to move on to a little point about the show itself.
Yeah.
Every time Lincoln fucks up, every single one of the sisters calls him out for it. They all go against him. And I know that's understandable, but I feel like there should at least be one or two of them that are like, well, he fucked up. Yeah, well, he fucked up, and I feel sorry for him, you know?
They don't usually go after each other when they fuck up either.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too much focused onto Lincoln whenever he messes up.
Yeah, it'd be nice to... I mean, as I said, some of the characters did get development, but it would be nice to have a different character pretty much take the lead for an episode.
Yeah.
As opposed to Lincoln,
specifically Luann. Everyone needs her to run the show.
Luann?
That's
Luann.
Lana. Fucking damn it. Luann. No,
they all begin with L.
It's hard as shit. I suck at names to begin with. But yes, Luann. I need her to be the focus of an episode.
Yeah.
You got enough characters. They've all been established already within the 13 episodes that we have.
And a lot of them have already been developed, so...
Why not have episodes where we focus on certain characters doing certain things with certain characters?
Yeah.
Like, Luann and Lana live in the same room, don't they?
Luann and Lana?
Yeah, they live in the same room.
Don't you mean Luann and Luna?
Luna, shit.
Yeah, they live in the same room.
Shit. Yeah.
Kind of funny. Those are
the
Those are my two favorites, and they live in the same room.
I think it's weird that they have so many rooms that they were super prepared for all these kids.
They're pretty much just paired by
age.
Yeah, like you have Lori and Lenny are in the same room, Luna and Luann, Lynn and Lucy, the twins, Lisa and Lily, and Lincoln gets his own room.
And the animals are wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
How does the hamster get up the stairs?
I have no idea. But I don't think about that kind of thing too much.
I do. I need continuity. Which this show has very good continuity, actually.
Yeah,
For
aside
instance,
from you did point out a small continuity error earlier with Luann and how she doesn't record everything all the time.
I wasn't talking about that specifically. It's not really a continuity thing. It kind of is. It's just a small gripe, I guess. I'm happy that she doesn't record herself constantly, because that would get annoying as shit.
That would.
But I was gonna say the picture from that they give the parents to as a gift from episode 7A shows up again in episode 9B on the mantelpiece where it was put in that episode. So things are being carried over.
Yeah.
And the underwear that Lincoln gets in episode 7B is also shows up again in episode 10B.
Right.
Yeah. I suck at reading my notes.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the episode rundown. We're not going to talk about every single episode. We're just talking about 4 episodes that we really liked.
And starting out with the first 2. Specifically, we're going to start out with Left in the Dark, the pilot episode.
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I thought it set up the characters pretty well, and it pretty much gave a good representation of what the rest of the show is about.
Showed off their jokes and whatnot. Basically, the episode is about Lincoln wants to watch his favorite TV show that's about to end, and the power goes out, so they have to go down in the basement in order to restart it. Shocker, shocker, they don't have any lights to go down in the basement to see it. That's why you don't have your circuit breakers in the basement. You have them on the side of your house instead. You stupid people. So, in order to go down... Good.
Okay. Lisa gives Luann, a cookie that makes her glow, and then Luann just makes a bunch of puns about it.
Very enlightening.
Yes, very enlightening parts. Those puns really brightened up my day. This is why Luann is one of my favorites.
This character.
It's because she makes puns, and I love making puns too. It's fun.
I think Luann also pulls out a camera that has night vision, if I remember correctly, and that's how they get down into the basement.
It was mostly Lincoln using it. Actually, before they actually went down to the basement, Luann's light went out, basically. The light of Luann went out.
Oh yeah, that's right. They went down and it went out as they were going down.
Oh,
it's just a long time ago.
I also remember another joke in the episode, not a joke that Luann made, but how Lori was like, okay everybody, I'm in charge, and then like later on when they're about to go down to the basement, they all say Lori needs to do it, and like, why do I have to do it? And then they all say, you're in charge.
Everyone knows the general doesn't go down. She gets one of her lackeys to do it. Lincoln. Because Lincoln is the bitch here.
Yeah.
He's everyone's bitch. So he has to go down. But they all do follow after him, at least.
Yeah.
Solidarity. But, once they're down there, they start to hear moaning, and, Lincoln points out that it's from the pipes, so they shouldn't be freaking out as much as they are, which they calm down a little bit after that, but, afterwards, Cliff starts scratching shit. That perpetuates it. Something starts smelling bad. Turns out it's Lily's diaper, because she shit herself like a baby.
That's a fucking running gag throughout the show.
Well, she's full of shit, okay? She can't help it. And she's a shitty brat. She's a kid, is what I'm saying.
But yeah, and
Eventually they freak out. I can't
Yeah,
remember
they
what they
freak
freaked out
out.
about.
No, it's because they had a walkie-talkie in a pile of laundry, and that made it look like a ghost. Apparently, after Lincoln finds out that it was just a walkie-talkie, and he was getting a message from Clyde, Clyde basically fucking gets a boner over Lori as per usual. I guess that's actually after that Lincoln tries to make it back to the TV, but then by the time he gets back, the show is basically over, and
Because they spent an hour in the basement somehow.
yeah, or half an hour, I don't know, and Llewyn basically tells him, "Oh, you lived it. You don't have to watch it. But if it was a season finale, then I can't really look at things that way."
It's gonna be online somewhere. They have internet. Doesn't one of them have a computer?
I would guess Luann does.
Yeah, she has to. Yeah, there's a computer in the house because they used video one. So
and Lincoln has one too because in that one episode where they tried to go green,
yeah,
and he was being a hypocrite throughout the entire episode.
And the episode where they have to do the video.
The project.
Yes. God, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's what happens when the internet goes out and you have to run downstairs and upstairs and you have asthma. Fuck. Alright, so that was that episode. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty standard. So on to the second part of that episode.
Get the
episode
message.
1B.
That was
the message.
That was a pretty funny episode in my opinion.
It's a lot better than the God damn it.
It's a lot better than the...
Don't cut this.
Oh, okay.
I want my anguish to be known. I want my sadness to be known. It was a lot better than the... What is pilot? That's the word. Pilot. It's a lot better than the pilot.
Yeah, it was a pretty funny episode. Basically, Lori didn't allow Lincoln to do something, I forgot what it was.
No, she broke his toy.
Oh, yeah! And, so Lincoln gets fucking pissed about it, and, he calls Lori on his duck phone, and, he basically yells into the phone, and...
You're a goddamn bitch, cunt, motherfucker, hope you die.
And, yeah, he basically implied swearing while Luna blasts the fuck out with her guitar, her fucking awesome... With her... She basically censors out, Lincoln swearing with her awesomeness.
It's a very good use of in-world censoring.
Yeah.
Really helps the immersion.
And then, like, after that, he says, "And that's why you're the worst sister ever," and then he hangs up. And then Lori apologizes, and then Lincoln realizes he fucked up. So he tries to get Lori's phone and deletes it. And he comes up with this elaborate plan, and then we see him put his plan into motion, and everything ends up working out. But then, we find out that what we saw was only Lincoln's imagination, and that was the most hilarious twist. In my opinion, that was fucking great.
And then it turns out that he drops the note in her room, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So she ended up figuring out anyways. But before we get to that, I skipped a part where she just deletes his message, his entire plan, and interacting with his plan, and enacting his plan, was all pointless because she was going to delete the message anyways, because she doesn't want her gross little brother calling her on the phone.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode has some pretty funny twists. Like, oh, that didn't end up happening. What the fuck?
In the end, he was a pretzel.
Yep.
Rip, 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 rip.
So yeah, that was Get the Message.
Didn't go as in detail with that one.
Yeah.
No need to.
Okay.
Still good. On to your favorite episode.
No, I thought next episode was Ties That Bind.
Oh wait, you're right. No.
Yeah, Ties That Bind.
Yeah,
okay. Ties That Bind was next. Okay.
Ties That Bind. Episode I really enjoyed.
So basically, Lincoln overhears their parents talking about like not liking something like a collection,
Ties.
like it's ties,
We find out.
But Lincoln, but Lincoln thinks he's talking about the kids, and so he gets his sisters involved somehow. I forgot exactly how.
He called them, and they all came in.
Yeah, and so I think what they try to do is they try not to be so annoying, or they try to impress their parents.
They stop being children. Pretty much, so they won't be kicked out. And as it goes on, parents keep talking about ties that relate back to the kids, like a tie that's musical relates back to Luann,
Luna,
Luna. Shit, L's, hard names.
So
no
they
good.
eventually talk about, okay, let's just get rid of one of them.
The white hair, the one with the white hair.
No. Before that, it was let's get rid of all but one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Get rid of all but one, and then Lincoln doesn't tell them, so he tries to be the favorite. And then, that's another example of him fucking up, and...
they found out, and they kick his ass.
Yeah. And then they find out that they only want to get rid of one of them, and then Lincoln's like, you know what, let it be me, because I fucked up, and they want to get rid of me. So, yeah. And then, eventually, they find out that they were talking about ties.
I have one question about this house. First off, circuit breaker is in the basement. That's not right. You shouldn't have a circuit breaker in the basement. Secondly, why is there a vent that goes to a closet right next to a vent that goes into the bathroom upstairs? It's a straight shot to it. That vent has no other purposes, as it seems. Why is it there?
I have no idea.
It makes no sense, aside from just having a story-driven plot point of it being there. I don't think it's there in any other shot either. From episodes we see in the from shots that we see in the bathroom from other episodes. I don't remember ever seeing it.
I wouldn't know, because I would not have paid attention to that, but you probably did, so that's probably why you're talking about it.
I'm autistic, so are you.
Yeah.
On to your favorite one then.
Four Bros About to Rock. I like this episode simply just because, it develops on Luna, and that's pretty much how she became my favorite character.
Hold up.
What?
This episode aired in Israel in May, but we didn't get it in America until the 6th of this month. Last month. What the fuck?
It's weird, because I watched that... The 4th of July is when I binge-watched the show.
And you watched all of it, right?
I'm pretty sure I did. Although apparently I didn't. I missed an episode, but I'll go back and watch it later.
Go on to what you were saying before I interrupted you.
But anyways, yeah, so basically this episode is about, Lincoln wants to go to a concert with his friend. But they didn't want, but the sisters tell him not to bring Luna because she ruins concerts. Yeah, she ruins concerts for everybody. But this is one of my problems with the episode, at first, for one, you can tell Luna's a rock enthusiast and they're going to a rock concert, but every other concert that she's been to with the other sisters were not rock concerts, so I don't see a problem with that.
It was a play for the twins.
Yeah. So I don't see the problem there, but it didn't bother me too much because, it developed on Luna. She basically gave her backstory on why she's so much of a rock enthusiast, and, I can safely say that I can relate.
Being a rocker. When you rock out with your cock out.
Yep. I fucking love playing guitar. Music is really music means a lot to me, and that's pretty much how the connection was made.
So your favorite band is Smooch, right?
They're not even real. No, actually no, but it's either, but anyways, yeah, that's
the joke. You fucked up.
Oops, oh well, but anyways, yeah, that's that episode.
So on to overall summary of the show, I guess. Our thoughts.
Yeah,
you want to take the lead, or you want me to take the lead on this one?
I guess there's not much to say other than what I said earlier to introduce the show. It's a nice show. It's a nice, I guess, breath of fresh air in terms of cartoons nowadays. It's one of the better shows on Nickelodeon, according to most people, because, like, I've seen a lot of, like, cartoon reviews, and this seems to be one of the shows that most people like, as opposed to the other Nickelodeon shows that people are shitting all over. But I can definitely see why. The show it has a very nostalgic feel, not just in terms of, like, the way it's animated, but it's just the way it feels. It definitely, as I said, it does feel like a show I would have watched as a kid. And yeah, I really like it.
I agree with everything you said. My problem with the show is it's boring as shit sometimes. And I wouldn't recommend you binge watch it all at once. I would say watch an episode here, an episode there, and get through it that way. That way you won't be so bogged down with it like I was.
Yeah.
It's better that way. It's a episodic show. It's not like an anime. So it's not story here, story there, story here, story there, story here, story there.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, I mean.
It's more of like a slice of life kind of thing, I guess.
So it's not something you want to watch all at once. You want to take your time with it, savor it.
I probably should have done that, but there are still new episodes coming out. It's a new show, so I'm looking forward to new episodes.
We'll get back to it probably if when that finishes. When season is it still technically season 1?
Yeah, it's still season 1. Actually, there are supposed to be 26 episodes, all A and Bs.
14 are out right now?
I have no idea. This list is confusing. Like, there are episodes later on in the list, and then some are skipped. But I don't know.
Again, the air date on this...
They're all supposed to come out this year, so I think that's pretty much,
We'll get back to it eventually.
Yeah.
If we keep doing this. Hopefully we do.
Yeah, if you like this, be sure to share it around. Tell your friends.
We're trying. We're lonely.
We are trying. We wanted to get one more person, and I don't know. I can't seem to find that many other people who would be interested. But
or have the time.
Yeah.
And I quite frankly don't know anyone. So, that's been Loud House.
Yeah, and this has been, I guess, episode 0 of this podcast, or just, I guess, a random discussion about Loud House if this doesn't end up being a podcast.
Either way, it'll be fun.
Yep.
So,
anyways, I'm Ian Gorix.
I'm Drakwind.
And this is the most awkward ending ever. The Skype recorder stopped recording early, so the outro cut off. Yeah, goodbye.